To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under Biebs. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
Welcome back, everybody, to Two Less Lonely Girls. I'm Rosebud Baker.
I'm Corinne Fisher.
And we're bringing you a hot, right off the presses, brand new nighttime episode with our guest,
Erica SPERA.
Hello, everyone.
Hilarious comic.
Thank you.
Honestly, a lover of music.
Yeah.
As of last night, it's a guaranteed lover of music.
Wait,
yeah.
I mean, and that's like to quote the Backstreet Boys. If you remember, my favorite quote from the night was,
"Oh yeah,
we make music for music lovers."
That's exactly what I was referencing.
I mean, because they were going through this whole thing where obviously,
wait, we have to tell them what happened.
What?
We have to tell the listeners what happened.
Oh, we went to a Backstreet Boys concert?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so narcissistic, I just assumed everyone was following our travels
You'd
online.
hope so. We were very close.
Oh my God. Do you know what happened, Erica? Actually, I didn't even tell you this. Someone DM'd me with pictures of me during the sing-along on the PATH train. And someone was like, my friend was with you on the PATH train. And they have like just like random like paparazzi shots of like me singing on the PATH train. And I'm like, guys, that's strange. That scares me now.
But at least it's fun.
Like you can do that, but don't then send them to me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they just sent to the friend, like, am I crazy or is this Corinne
Oh,
Fisher?
yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
And that's a fine thing to do. I mean, because I didn't notice at all, but I was like, don't then send them to me, because now I already have enough anxiety.
I mean, I want them, okay? If you take paparazzi shots of me, send them to me right away.
well, I mean,
Let
you
me
could
know.
just say hi.
Yeah, you could just say hi too. That would be better. And I might be talking to a guy, and it would make me look impressive or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we're ever with the guys, 100% come up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If I'm ever standing with a man, talking to a man, just walk right up and, it'll make me feel great. And it'll make them feel small, which is...
We won't hear back from them, but we'll feel so good about it.
I'll feel so good about it.
Basically, the Taylor Swift song, The Man Coming to Life.
Yeah, exactly. Which I was
song.
super into for a couple days, and then I got really sick of it. And
Really?
I was like super into that song when I first heard it. I was like, I love this song. And then the more I listened to it, the more I was like, I don't really feel like this.
Fuck. I was trying so hard to convince Rosebud that Taylor Swift is a genius and that the album Lover is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And I had her convinced for a couple days.
Like, yeah, it was like 24 hours, if I'm being fully honest. It was like 24 hours. I was like, this is catchy as fuck. And it made me think that I agreed with her. And then I was like,
Power of pop, baby.
I don't really.
Like, whole album. Like, you listened straight through?
No, I didn't listen to the whole album. Just that song.
Oh my God. Why? It just had man in the title?
Yeah.
Fuck Rosebud. Okay, well, it's fine.
Well,
they're
yeah.
not all hits. It's not 1989. Everyone is not a hit.
Yeah.
But there are the ones that are such strong hits.
Yeah.
That,
Listen.
Cornelia Street, that's a beautiful one.
I mean, Bieber has only made 3 albums that are full of 100% hits, but like it doesn't,
I thought you were
not
going to say
all
he's only
artists-
made 3 good songs.
No, 3 albums that are absolute fire.
Wait, name them.
Believe.
Okay.
Purpose.
Yeah, Purpose for sure.
Yeah, and his first album, fucking, what was it?
It wasn't
Bieber?
Baby.
Was it Bieber? Well, it wasn't Bieber. God damn it!
My World?
Not somebody.
My World.
That's
Jesus
it.
Christ!
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I almost cut myself. So disappointed.
Well, it's season 2. We've moved on to we got too pompous.
We did. We did.
Can I say I have seen Bieber live?
Yeah.
Great
You
concert.
have.
Same exact venue that we went to see
Oh, you
Backstreet
saw
Boys. Same seats.
Prudential Center?
It was great.
Okay.
Same
It was
seats?
truly great. Mm-hmm.
She knows someone who works at the Prudential
they work
Center.
there. Yeah, so it's like they always give you that section. You never know which row, but it's usually
We were
a
in
good
the
gamble.
front row of this section, so we were the first sitting row. Which it depends. Some concerts it's better to be in the standing like circle, like the Spice Girls. It was better to be standing. This one, I'm going to argue that ERICA SPERA and I had the best seats in all of the 19,500 seats at the Prudential Center, and I will argue this. I will, I'll take notes.
Yeah.
I'll hire people to
Yeah.
back me up on it.
Okay, great. I don't think anybody's fighting you on it.
No,
but
I mean, that's kind of my brand. I like to get in full fights before anyone even got mad at me.
right. Yeah. Corinne is really the CNN of people. It's always breaking news.
Oh, I know. It's been a fighting day.
Yep. I'm very on edge.
So listen, I was thinking about this because I knew you guys were coming over, and I was like, I know they went to see the Backstreet Boys. I have not thought about the Backstreet Boys outside of a karaoke bar in 2 decades. So I was like, what do I want to ask them? And all the questions that came up from deep within my soul were hair related, because I have seen the Backstreet Boys on The Bachelorette, sorry. I think it was Caitlyn's season.
What were they doing?
They were teaching the guys a dance. Oh, no. They were teaching the girls. Fuck. Was it The Bachelor or The Bachelorette? Anyway, whatever. They were teaching the contestants a whole dance.
Okay.
And a song
choreographed-
to I Want It That Way, I think.
Okay.
And or to like whatever. And so basically, but they looked so aged that I was like, oh no. No.
Well,
like,
we were talking about this as far as the age.
yeah, I want to know how old they look, because on camera it wasn't great.
Okay. Well, number one, I do want to just let the listeners know that you should be a little bit more sympathetic in the world of HG. When I
Right.
went to film school, it was like a different time. We were shooting 24p. Well, I mean, that's for film, but it was like a very forgiving, which looks like you have a cheesecloth over the lens, very soap opera-y. HD, the technology is great, but people look old, and people with bad skin, such as myself, really fucking suffer. It's not a great time
It's actually,
for a close-up.
we should really go backwards
We
a little
should.
bit technology wise, because it's not great.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they start shooting porn in HD and everyone was like, nope?
I mean,
They got like vetoed immediately.
I mean,
it wasn't working out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you already see like ass pimples, and
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
a normal part of life. But it's like, if I wanted to see someone fuck with ass pimples, I would just fuck the guys
Own
I'm
ass.
fucking. You
Yeah.
know?
My own ass is really what I was gonna say.
Mine is actually, I knock on marble. I take a pretty good. You can take care of it, but I mean, like, it's hard and it's especially if you're getting fucked anywhere near the ass. There's gonna be marks.
Right.
Gonna be marks.
I mean, I'm not, because I don't fuck around like that. I'm like, stay away from my asshole.
Okay, so we're gonna go through. First of all, Rosebud, can you even name the 5 Backstreet Boys?
No. Oh, Lance. That's it.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I mean, what's his face? No, I
Who's
can't.
the Lance of the Backstreet
I can't.
Boys?
You know the one, the guy that's like.
I mean, we know.
I can't.
Okay,
it doesn't
well,
matter.
the answer to that question is Howie.
Okay.
Really? You would say Lance is the Howie?
Lance is
Is Howie the one with the
Because
red
I would
hair?
say that might be
Chris-
Joy Fatone or Chris Kirkpatrick.
Really?
I knew girls that were into Lance. I never knew anyone that was like Joey or Chris.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
In terms of fandom, if we're going that way. If
That's
you're talking
true.
weakest voice, different argument.
I do want to say, I think Howie has a gorgeous voice. Howie actually might have the best voice in
Is
the
he the
Backstreet
redhead?
Boys. There's no red.
I think-
You're probably not talking about Brian Littrell.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian Littrell was kind of like the Ginger Spice, kind of like the lead of the Backstreet Boys back in
Yes.
the day. He is not the most popular anymore. Right now, most popular is AJ. Second being Kevin Richardson. Kevin Richardson, always my favorite.
Do you really
He's
think
the one-
worldwide Kevin's number 2?
That's what I mean. I think so. Like, by the
Kevin's
applause.
the one who looks
Right.
like he's from Staten Island, right? The one that like has like he's like the fedora wearing.
No, that's AJ. AJ's the bad boy with the tattoos and
okay.
the,
All
the
right.
piercings.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
He's the one who got the hottest since the initial. I think.
Depends what you like. Like Kevin was always my dude.
See, I think
But
Kevin
that's my
has
type.
stayed equally hot, and AJ got hotter.
Yeah, okay, I could see that.
So yeah,
I think Nick did the biggest turnaround, but he was also literally 14 when they started.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Backstreet
like
Boys have
that
been
much
a
of a
band
child.
26 years, and that's not because they there was a lot of talking when they needed to take breathing breaks.
It was actually very entertaining. They would like alternate who was the person talking to the crowd, and Corinne and I just were like, this is definitely because they need a minute. Like the rest of them are taking turns because they come back out, no costume change. No, just four would disappear for like 4 minutes.
They had like they just imagine they went backstage and they put like one of those airplane masks on to like keep breathing.
Just doing like they're doing like a fucking IV.
There's an IV and an oxygen bar back there.
B12 shots.
Right, because like when they were dancing, the dancing was phenomenal.
It was really, I mean, impressive for the fact that literally, except for Nick, all of them are like 40, at least 45.
I mean, Kevin is 47 years old. And he's the oldest one. So Kevin is the. I mean, do we need to pull up Google for you? Because you just look. You look like I'm trying to explain like a meme to my dad.
No. You can tell me to just tell me, and I'll remember.
So Kevin was like the tall, dark, handsome, like very the tallest, and also like that dark, almost black
dark
hair,
eyebrows,
dark
very thick
eyebrows.
brows.
He had a mushroom bowl haircut at one.
Yes.
Okay.
And
that's
goatee.
Kevin.
Okay.
Yes.
He always has the goatee.
He's not great looking, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah.
That's me and Erica's favorite.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But it's like I said, it depends on your type. All my friends loved Nick. I don't fuck with blondes.
I loved Nick, but now that I look at him now, I'm like, he looks like a Hitler Youth. Like, it's for sure. He looks,
Well, and Nick was also mildly part of the Me Too movement and not the good side.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I mean, there was this story that another pop singer from one of those like manufactured bands that never really like hit. I don't think.
Was it also rep by that manager?
Probably. Like they were at some kind of like a house party together, and in short, she wrote a blog that was basically like he kind of like trapped her in a bathroom for like a sexual encounter. I gotta say, did not sound great. Not a fan of Nick after that. Wasn't a huge fan. I was always more of an Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
You know, his little brother. That's how I beat Shaq, etc. But yeah.
Well, can I tell you this? I watched their documentary. And then I also watched the BoyCon thing.
Wait, they had a documentary?
They self-produced a documentary about 4 years ago. So it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
What year did it come out?
2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's recent enough. It was when they were basically dropped by all their reps. They filmed themselves making a new album.
Why were they dropped by their reps?
I'm not sure, but they were just like, we're fully independent, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But they lightly touched on that Lou guy that repped them, that
Lou
literally,
Pearlman?
made them up and NSYNC to battle each other and fuck with their heads. But in the documentary, it was clearly made before the Me Too movement, because at one point Nick was just like, yeah, when Millennium hit, man, I just remember being 17, like, I could get any girl I want.
Oh, God, not
and
a great soundbite for him.
Should edit that comment out.
Yeah.
Definitely edit that out after what happened.
Yeah.
But I get it. He's literally 13 to 17. His mom signed him over to Brian, the other member in the band, when he was 14, to be his legal guardian. Mm-hmm. So Brian is 19 and Nick is 14, and he's officially his parent now.
What
like his
the
parents
fuck?
signed him over. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brian's from Kentucky.
Yeah, they're all like country boys, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is wild.
Brian's son is now a country music star and opened for Backstreet Boys. I missed this performance. Erica, if you want to walk us through it.
Very good. And I'm not big on country whatsoever. It's more poppy country, so it's like upbeat, little rocky.
Male
the funny
Shania
thing
Twain?
is, yeah, I would say that. But he's so young still.
Yeah.
So he looks 12. And then, like, the drummer looked 40. So,
how old is he really?
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Let me see.
But he performed
can't be
on
that
the
old.
Today Show today, actually. What?
He can't be that old.
I mean, it's like Brian got married right after Millennium. Him and Kevin and I think one other member, Howie, all got married.
They're all married now.
Yeah.
That's what I realized on the ride home. I was like, yo, I just watched 5 married men dance around and sing. And everyone's still wooing. And it's like every single one has a wedding ring on.
Yeah.
And we're still like, woo.
So the son is 16.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's 16.
That might just be because he's small, too.
And Brian is 44. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all married, and there was one performance. You know, there's always a video in any stadium kind of tour where they show, you know, a clip of them all just being family people. You know, just the Spice Girls do it. They do one with their moms. So Backstreet Boy did one with their wives, who Erica and I thought were their moms.
Yeah, a lot of them looked like their moms.
I shit you not.
Really?
Backstreet Boys. I mean, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I know it's harder to age as a woman than a man, but goddamn, if you have Backstreet Boy money and you can't look like you're not your husband's mom, there's no hope.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You've got the money to keep things up.
AJ's wife is the only one who doesn't look like his mom.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the same time, you're not in front of cameras. You fucking got a husband who's like, if he walks, you get half of his money. Fucking do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh my God.
Yeah, literally like all their children are backstage before the show.
Honestly,
like they all pray together as families. Yeah. Like, that's literally their life.
Wait, do they really pray?
Yeah.
That is so
Dude, they
funny.
uploaded a clip today. I may have joined their text fan club at the
Fuck
concert
Erica.
while I was waiting for you.
God
And
damn it.
They sent their like prayer circle thing. And it's like, and you know, I'm from a family that like prays grace, but like, yo, that shit was like 2.5 minutes long.
That's a long grace.
And it was Howie. It's so hard not to laugh. Howie and Brian, when they had their speaking things, sounded like pubescent boys.
Yeah,
Really?
They like have
my
cartoon
God.
character voices. Erica and I couldn't get over it because everyone started talking one by one, and it was like it wasn't even Mickey Mouse; it was Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Really?
Very like almost
So
like their
high.
voice teachers made sure their voice never changed.
Mm-hmm. It was so high, and then we realized, like, we're like, oh, like they were never allowed to talk back in the day, and now we know why.
Yeah.
Well, back then we wouldn't have found it weird. We were young.
And they were young too. So if like someone, you know, if it's
Oh, true.
like,
But it's
like,
funny. That'd be
Did
weird.
you notice it in
Yeah.
the documentary?
So that's what's funny. When the documentary I watched, Brian was having severe vocal problems, like could barely talk.
Okay,
but then he was like
interesting.
full country boy again, like country accent wasn't as high pitched. But then the big problem in the doc was that he couldn't sing as he used to. So other people were having to take his like lead things.
Yeah, 'cause-
Originally, Howie was the lead singer.
Okay, like, because I mean, I will say, I think Howie, I think,
He impressed
best
me.
boy. I mean, just really, you know, because.
Okay, but what's the hair situation? Are they all bald?
Okay, so
No,
Howie used to be no.
no.
They actually all have hair. I
Yeah.
think Brian got hair plugs for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
one
starting
of
to
them-
thin, and then it like evened out.
So
Okay.
Brian's the redhead. So we think, and Erica
Reddish. Strawberry blonde.
did comment. You've gone so psycho overnight. She's like, it's actually strawberry blonde, but like it's not a big deal.
Oh man, what was my comment? What did I say?
No, because you pointed, we were making obviously snarky remarks in between like our just full-fledged like basically,
Fangirling.
you know,
Yeah.
coming during
Yeah.
that. I mean, there's one video where AJ's singing a solo and you hear me in the background of the Instagram video going, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And it was very genuine.
Yeah. Yes.
So Brian is the strawberry blonde, and Erica was like, it looks like he got hair plugs during the concert. And
Yeah.
that, I didn't notice that. But I mean, blondes, and the lighter your hair is, traditionally the less strands, I think it is, or the thinner the strands are. My hairdresser told me something about it. So I was like, okay, so that makes sense. He does have the one of the lighter hair colors. Kevin always had a beautiful head of hair, and it seems like it's still a beautiful head of hair.
I think he probably dyes it.
You think?
It's like none of them are gray at all.
But is he part like he?
Because
is he
it's
part
very
Latino?
black. You know? Well, no, he's not. He's Brian's cousin. And they did. I was creeping their Instagram,
right.
and literally for this tour, they did some sponsored DNA tests. Literally, none of them came out slightly ethnic except AJ.
Oh my God! Wait, that's why. So wait, is the
No,
tour
it's not
called-
sponsored by anything. It was like their album was called DNA. It was totally separate, and then
Okay.
some company was like, "Hey."
Do we know why the album was called DNA? Because I think it should have been called DOA, but that's just a joke for me.
Dead on
I think it's just a
Arrival?
song.
That's like the worst omen for your album.
No, I mean, it's just because they're old. I think it was funny. Because I gotta say, they had some really good, they were making fun of themselves a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought
That was
that
actually
was
a lot of personality. Yeah.
yeah, they
That's
were
good. That's good. I like that.
And
Because they're
some of
like,
them were
hey,
more
we're
scripted.
old, we dance.
Yes.
Get
Kevin
used
was
to
making
it.
fun of it a lot, and obviously he's most sensitive because he's almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looks like a zaddy, so
Yeah.
no one's upset about it. I think you would like he looks more attractive even like I
Because
mean,
he put on weight. Like he filled out more in his arms and stuff.
Did you
He used to be
notice
so
none of his
skinny.
costumes had
Showed his fucking arms.
Yes,
It was
because-
infuriating.
No, but I'm sure. But I feel like it's because they weren't as muscular as the other members, and so I feel like he
No.
felt
You saw
self-conscious about it.
They did a very weird changing scene thing behind doors.
This was very
just
weird.
to kill time, but also they were like making fun of their age and stuff. And it was him and AJ,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in tanks. And I saw his fucking shoulders, man. He had great shoulders.
His shoulders were great. I
So
saw
I was
them.
so mad when they at the end they came out in jerseys. Everyone was sleeveless except fucking Kevin. And Nick didn't have great arms.
No,
He's
he-
out there sleeveless.
He didn't. I noticed that. I was
And
like,
bad
Nick,
tattoos.
Nick could do some
Like
work.
give Nick the sleeves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Nick also looked. I mean, he yawned at one point. You said during
Oh,
the
I
show.
have it on film. He just he
yawned?
There's like a song they're singing, and it's like during Brian's part, and he's literally like he looks like he's falling asleep during the video.
He looked really,
He looked
really
tired.
tired.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
gaunt in the
shit.
face. Like he looked tired.
It basically was like they looked really great, and then they did something where the stage rose up, so they were like eye level of the high rises, which
Yeah.
I thought was cool for like 2 songs. But then the screen dropped down, so the screen is huge in front of our face, and you can
HD.
see them up close. And I'm like, oh, now they don't look great. Like,
Because from
Oh,
afar they
wow.
looked really spectacular.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen.
But we weren't even that far. But yeah, when the close up on the screen, especially Nick looked very tired. But he's the one also with the older looking wife. So maybe there's something going on in that household that we don't know about. Drug use, yelling, abuse. I'm just putting it out there. I wanna
Drug
make sure-
use to yelling.
oh man,
I'm just laughing at the. She went. It could be drug use. It could be yelling.
I don't know. That could.
It could even worse. You know, they could take a tone with one another every so often. Maybe it's just a poor diet.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Maybe a lot of Chinese food.
I mean, he's got the youngest babies because he was the last to get married, so
Oh,
it could also
okay.
be that.
He only got married in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter could not go to the wedding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he was in legal trouble.
No, he's in like a legal contract for a gig or something
Oh,
ridiculous.
I thought when you said that, I thought you meant like legal trouble.
I mean, it might have been legal trouble.
You
It
never
was
know with
basically something
Aaron.
he could not, like physically could not leave wherever he was.
He was on house arrest.
Wow. Jesus. They've been through a fucking journey. Like they've been up and down through fucking valleys.
Oh,
and-
Did you
yeah.
write the copy for their
I
tour?
just-
Because they almost said exactly that.
I mean, I really can't. I just didn't know. I didn't know what I'd missed.
Yeah, they like at one point they would each come to the
I feel
lip
like
of
I
the
just went to
stage.
my high school reunion and they're like, listen, my arms are kind of bad. I'm gaunt. There's yelling in my house. My reps dropped me. I
Yeah.
put out a documentary. I'm like, whoa, had no idea.
Yeah.
Good to see you're still alive, I
yeah.
guess.
The concert was like almost like it was like 2 hours, right? It was like
It
a
was
solid.
33 songs.
Yeah, it was.
And
What?
if we include all the breaks in
That's
between, it was a full
insane.
2 hours. Well,
But-
they have a lot of hits.
And they weren't doing
That's
they weren't doing
crazy.
all full renditions because like sometimes they'll do like 90
Yeah.
seconds. So they did that because each one of them had an opportunity to sing a little bit by themselves
Mm-hmm.
because like they had to sing songs from the new album, but like no one wanted to hear them, so they just had to sing like a little snippet of them.
But that was like there was like 6 or 7 songs from the new album. So the fact that it was still 2 hours long, like they would fully do all the other songs.
Yeah.
Which was actually pretty crazy.
There are so many hits when every time like I thought we had heard like all the mega hits, I go, oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. And they didn't do the one that I always like to laugh at, which is when Brian sings Mom, You've Always Been the Perfect Fan, because that one's so like cringy,
the
but in the
perfect-
best way.
Yeah.
It's basically like, how to
I
R&B
mean, Nick
concerts.
can't sing it because
He divorced his parents, literally.
she literally signed him off to somebody else.
Yeah, she signed him up, and then after that, he even had more legal trouble with them.
He's the Macaulay Culkin, like
Yeah.
that. Him and
and
Aaron,
his brother.
Yeah, it's Kieran and Macaulay.
Yeah.
So wait, but it's like at an R&B concert where like canceled, but R. Kelly would there's always an R&B song where basically like the singer will kind of like do a lap dance for one of the female audience members. That's
Pull
like
someone
what
up,
the
yeah.
perfect fan is, but only it's like about their mom, so it's extra weird.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they did
fucking
that
really
when
weird.
I saw them on the Millennium Tour when I was in 3rd grade, and they did that song. They pulled girls up because that song was on that album. Like, and they sang
Yeah,
to
I
the
can
girls.
I
and
can
they
for
freaked
sure
out.
see why they didn't do that.
Oh yeah, but I mean, back
I
then
can see why they
it
skipped
wasn't.
that one.
They didn't sexually dance at all. But it was them like love singing to
Yeah.
someone, and girls are just crying on the
Yeah.
stage. Like no one's
Yeah,
humping their
Biebs
face.
used to do
you know?
that. Biebs used to do that.
Yeah, well, for like Two Less Lonely
One
Girl.
Less Lonely
well,
Girl.
sorry, One Less Lonely Girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's a new song now. Yeah, he used to do that with One Less Lonely Girl.
Oh my gosh. There is, I mean, and Backstreet Boys were very sensual. I would say they're more sensual, Backstreet Boys, than NSYNC. NSYNC was a little more fun, a little more like Sugar Ray party
Yeah.
vibe, whereas BSB was a little bit more like a white Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Well, in the
Yeah, they had the white linen fucking like button down shirts and they were wet
Yeah.
in the rain and it was like, it was, I
that video
remember.
is crazy.
That video is crazy.
It's actually insane. And it's also to not Shape of My Heart. The other Heart song, Quit Playing Games in My Heart, which
yeah.
is not a sexual or even seductive song. So
Yeah.
the first half of the music video is just like them and they're just chilling and they're singing.
Yep.
You're like, this is great. And then all of a sudden everyone's dripped wet, drips
Dripping wet.
open. Like they literally were just like, you got to just add a hot scene at the end.
Yeah.
And they're all just getting soaked and it's so funny and weird. And Kevin was like livid when they had to do that.
Oh, he
Oh,
was?
really?
He was like, because that was their intro to America. They were famous in Europe, and he was like, we would tell all our friends at home, like, these girls are blocking our tour bus, all this stuff, and everyone's like, yeah. And then they finally got on the U.S. radios and did, like, the Bieber tour of, like, every radio station in the country.
Yeah.
To start playing their songs. And they released that video, and Kevin was like, we shot it, and he goes, but then they made us do the scene, and he was like, well, we're not like a bunch of beefcakes. That was his reaction.
Kevin's
Oh my
really
God.
sweet. Yeah, he seemed like the nicest one. Like, he seemed really... They actually, I gotta say, they all
He's
were
the
like...
dad. He's the oldest one.
Yeah, they were all like really grateful, and it seemed very genuine. And they kept saying thank you and like waving to people. Like it was very nice. They seemed like really nice people.
Corinne,
I thought it was sweet.
your whole tone just changed.
I thought it was
Sorry.
really
They kept
sweet.
waving, and I was just like, you know what? You're my dad.
I thought it was really nice. I don't know.
It is. He's definitely the sensitive one, Kevin. Because, like, Howie was so pissed to be one of the background, and you could tell Kevin, like, just lives there.
Yeah.
He's like, happy to be here. I want everyone to get along. He's very
He's like,
peacemaker.
listen, I'm just here to make sure everything runs on time.
Yeah, literally.
I want to make sure everybody gets home early.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's safe.
He's
Nobody,
the-
listen, if you're drinking, give me your keys. I'm here. I live in the background. I love that.
He does. He's the one that made AJ go to rehab.
Oh,
AJ
really?
was late for something, and they lost like $5,000, and he showed up at AJ's hotel and was pounding on the door. Broke down
$5,000
the door.
was all it took.
It was whatever. It
I'm
was
like,
so
he was
country.
late. That was his rock
they
bottom.
said
I was
thousands
late.
of dollars.
He's like, I was late. We lost a small gig in Kansas.
It sounds 5,000 sounds like they lost a bat mitzvah.
Dude, I mean, I bet he got to rehab and everybody was like, oh man, the Backstreet Boys here. This is going to be crazy. He's like, I was 10 minutes late.
He's like buying Newports
He's in group.
at Cumberland Farms.
He's in group. He's doing fucking mandatory arts and crafts. And he's like, I was late. Oh,
He's
my
making
band-
BSB posters.
My band won't forgive me. Yeah.
Oh my god! I feel like PSB is like kind of like they don't like their fans don't care about canceling in any way, because not only do we have the Nick Carter incident, but I don't know if you noticed the theme of every costume change. So they're doing the classic pop group thing where they are all wearing a matching, a coordinating outfit, but,
Yeah.
you know, in their own style.
Cute.
And so, but in everyone, like AJ had something that was like pretty like black or even sometimes African appropriation. Like first costume, he literally had like like a dashiki hoodie.
Yeah.
Like there was a dashiki like dripping down from a hoodie. Then he came out in a red do-rag.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was like, is anyone noticing?
Well, it's just like nobody, it's not even that. It's just like nobody, why would you cancel? They're already like gone pretty much. You know what I mean? I mean, they're here, but like they're gone.
I mean, they just sold out a stadium tour.
yeah, but they could only play 6 snippets of their new album. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, it's weird that they wouldn't just tour the old hits. That they even felt like they needed to make a new album, but
because they make music for music lovers.
Yeah.
So, because of that, and right before that, they were like and I noticed even the Spice Girls did this. They're like, you know, whether you're trans, gay, black, white, like they had to like, and I was like, no one was even. I mean, especially with the Spice Girls, like no one was saying anything that any of these people weren't welcome. Like they were clearly always welcome in Spice World.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So it's very weird.
Yeah.
But I also spent some time in my head comparing Spice Girls fans to Backstreet Boys fans just because they're of the same era, and I have just recently seen both of them, and there's such a difference because I gotta say the Spice Girls fans, and I mean this is also London versus New Jersey, but or like technically like Wembley, but the UK, you know, England specifically, not in good shape. So if we're talking about like that area, everyone's like, oh, America's fat. England very fat too. Like they're eating meat pies in very bad shape.
Yeah. And it's never sunny.
Yeah, and so... But the Spice Girls fans were all pretty much all in phenomenal shape. And then the Backstreet Boys fans, a lot of overweight. A lot of people who let themselves go. And I go, well, why is this? And I was like, oh, it actually makes perfect sense because if you're a Spice Girls fan, you're like just living life for yourself and like wanting to be the best you can be. The Backstreet Boys fans, they were only hot until they got a husband and then they let themselves go because they prioritize men. And this is the thought process that was going on in my head.
Well,
I didn't feel like there were that many overweight people.
You're taking fandom to a
great.
level. You're like, that's almost like saying like, well, when you're a Spice Girls fan, you live your life according to Spice Girls principles.
I mean, you do.
You do.
Even
that's
though,
not. That
no,
is not.
The vibe was better.
Not everyone treats a pop group like it's a religion. Okay, not all people do that.
People did though, and that's why I liked it. I by the end, I was more turned on the Backstreet Boys thing, but also like there was a lot of things like that. I didn't see the Spice Girls concert. There was a lot of husbands dragged to the Backstreet Boys concert.
Well, that's different.
Right.
That's
a
different.
lot.
Yeah,
and a lot of pregnant Backstreet Boys fans that had like future Backstreet Boy with the arrow pointing down to the belly shirts. I thought I saw a bunch of them.
Future BSB.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
I think it's cute. Yeah. It's
careful,
like you know that they live in a home where there's like lots of inspirational quotes on the walls.
Oh my God, there were so many fucking screen printed customized t-shirts made by like
Quotes from
housewives
songs.
or like people they know on Etsy.
On Etsy, yeah.
You're like, Jen, make the shirts. Jen, did you bring the shirts, Jen? A lot of that.
I love it.
Of that.
Well, I was gonna say it's something though too of like when people go to see like Michael Bublé, they'll dress up like in a suit because you mirror who the performers are.
Right.
So
Sure.
also with Spice Girls, it's like there's a theme. You
Yeah.
pick one to be. It's more alive in costume. Also, it's women.
Of
so
course.
if you're female fans and women, that's so easy to be like, oh, I'm gonna dress like Scary Spice for the concert.
Oh, we
Right.
should
But
have
like
dressed
Backstreet
like
Boys, I
Kevin.
was like, I guess I'll just look good. Like I'm
Yeah.
not. What do you think I'm gonna wear? Like an all white male
No,
outfit?
no,
like,
no.
So there's kind of that aspect too of like,
Yeah,
and they're all married.
And in
Right.
the bathroom, like, it was so funny because everyone was, like, putting on makeup as if, like, AJ was going to leave his wife on stage. And I mean, what? He's already on wife number 2, so who knows?
Who knows?
Right?
Is Kevin on wife number 2? Because he's got some young kids.
Okay,
and I know he got
I mean,
married.
he said they were waving at people.
I know he got
No, they
married
were,
in the
but
2000s.
sweetly.
But I'm like, feels like this is another marriage.
Yeah.
Let me look. All right.
Because Brian married, like, almost high school sweetheart-esque.
Yeah.
Like someone he was dating before they blew up.
And they're all like, you know, Midwest dudes, right? They're like,
and they all like, were based out of Florida. They never even like lived in LA or New York. They were either on the tour bus or in Orlando, Florida, which is
Wow.
not like, you know, that fast city. It's like, yeah, people are getting
that
married,
kind of
having
makes
babies.
sense how they like faded quicker.
Yeah, but also because none of them would go solo and they wouldn't continue the group when Kevin dropped out.
Oh.
And also then it was Kevin dropped, then they got Kevin back. And I don't know if AJ went to rehab before that. It sounds like he did.
Was
he
he-
went to rehab.
was he
and
doing
then
drugs?
Nick went through the whole drug and rehab thing. What?
Drugs or just alcohol for AJ?
Both. So when Kevin was banging on his door, AJ, he broke in the door. AJ was passed out in a coke coma for 3 days. Because he was
3
awake for 5 days straight, and then
Oh.
he had a coke coma. And when he awoke from the coma, it was like, hey, clearly you need help.
Is this all in the documentary or is these facts?
That's
you
on the
know?
documentary.
Fuck. Okay. So I got the answer to why Kevin's kids are so young. So he's only been married once. He married Kristen K. Willits, a dancer, actress, photographer, and model. So she's not good at any of them since 2000. And but they had a lot of fertility problems, and
Oh, shit.
they did it. She actually starred in a 2015 documentary called Pushing Motherhood, in which she speaks openly about her and Kevin's struggles with fertility. So that's why the kids took so
wow.
long, because
Now I feel like a dick.
no, it's okay. I mean, who would know? It's fine. So that makes sense there. And now we'll look into. Oh God, let's look into who else are we? AJ. Oh, AJ. That's what I wanted to look into.
Yeah, I think AJ got married right before Nick, so they're both pretty recent.
Yeah, because Nick's we looked that up. That was 2014.
Yeah.
AJ McLean, BSB.
God, I should have married one of them.
When I was watching all that stuff, all I could think was, how crazy would it be to be married to one of the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or like any boy band, even LFO? That'd be so weird to be like.
See, I was thinking of it, and I was like, I bet I would just be so underwhelmed every day by it because, like, I don't know, just like a guy, like a male pop star is never going to live up to the expectations because like they're singing all these lyrics about this wonderful, like, and they're divas. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound okay, but there's just no way they're not a fucking handful. And that's why like the people like that usually end up with like a pretty wife, but not like a showstopper, you know?
Because they're the trophies.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anytime you find these like people who were hugely, hugely famous and it's tapered off a bit, like I'm never wildly impressed. They're always like, you know, women who keep themselves like looking nice, but like don't seem like spectacular in any way. And I'm sure they're bringing so much support and like they're like the rock of the family, but like, you know, I'm not an advocate for that. So I'm like, you could have just been a success on your own, started a business or something.
Well, they also like
I get mad.
None of them are ever like draped in design or anything. Like it very much just seems like very chill.
I thought they were just like kind of a little bit white trash tacky.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, Nick in the whole doc talked about, he like casually told this story. They visit each person's home. They casually visit his childhood home. And he's casually telling this story. And it's something like, you could tell the group is looking at him like, bro, you know this ain't normal. Like they each like tell some funny story from home life. He's like, me and my brother have been playing here across the street. We hear my parents screaming, arguing. You know, they're like gunshots would go off. They never shot each other. They just shoot through the roof, you know. And like just continues. And it was so casually dropped. And then he was like, yeah, they were always drinking, hammered.
You know how it is.
They signed me over to Brian to be my legal guardian, and he was like, I just couldn't wait to like get them out of here. And then all he said was he just went, you know, but they just saw me as a dollar sign. He's like, and I haven't talked to them in like 7 years, so childhood, am I right? That's his whole story.
My God.
He like hasn't worked through any of it in therapy. He's just like, well, that's the way it is.
Yeah, you know. And then he just goes, oh yeah, this whole street, everyone I knew on this street, they're either in prison or dead.
That is fucking oh my God, I love that.
He's like, yeah, so who knows where I would have been, but you know,
Jesus
hope
Christ.
they're doing okay. He almost talked about it like they were just still in the house. He's like, I don't know, I think they're doing fine.
They're
We don't gotta
probably
go
in there. I don't know.
Probably.
Oh my
But
God.
gunshots, that was just crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, we'd be playing and laughing. We heard gunshots. They didn't shoot each other. He's like, they weren't one of those families.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, so AJ also only married once. He married on January 9th, 2010, McLean proposed to his girlfriend of 10 months, Rochelle Deanna Caritas, a model and makeup artist / hairstylist, so a makeup artist, at a club in Las Vegas. He credits Rochelle with motivating him to get sober and overcome his drug addiction for many years. What did I say? Rock, taking the burden of all his emotional pain and turmoil. The couple got married.
No projection there.
Listen, that's why I could sense it. I could sense it.
Now we have to look at when Nick got
I've
clean
been there.
versus married.
I've been there.
Might be the same thing.
The couple got married on December 17th, 2011 at the Beverly Hills Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, with the rest of the Backstreet Boys in attendance. They have 2 daughters together. After the first daughter was born, she was dubbed the first Backstreet Girl, as the other Backstreet Boy members all have sons. Okay, so... Wow. And it also, there's a fun fact in here. It says that the first time AJ did cocaine was on the set of the video for The Call. Do you know the song The Call?
Yeah.
Let me tell you The Call. That's actually The Call might be my favorite Backstreet Boys song. I fucking love that song and I love the video and I got so excited and they opened the show with it and I was like, I'm gonna live forever. Love that. I snorted The Call, like the way AJ was snorting cocaine.
On the set? Like they gave him real cocaine for the scene?
I mean, I think maybe he brought his own.
Yeah.
That's probably the first time they caught him then.
Yeah, because
you're usually doing that shit in private till you're like, let me bring it to rehearsal.
Well, he stated that was the first time, so maybe no one else knew, and then like you know he said it in some interview or something.
Nah, that's bullshit.
You think that's
bullshit because it was on the Millennium Tour that he was drinking nonstop and the cocaine.
What year was Millennium?
Millennium came out 2000, so that tour was like till at least 2001, 2002, and then Black and Blue has The Call. That's 2004.
But wait, during the U.S. Summer Tour, it says Black and Blue album tour was in 2001.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says on here.
Oh,
Because it says that's when his bandmates realized something was wrong. Well, the group was in Boston that July to do 5 sold-out shows. The problem finally hit McLean following an intervention. This is the one you're talking about, by bandmate Kevin, who confronted AJ on his problems. AJ was furious and wanted to quit the band. He later broke into tears and knew he was out of control. Within hours, he arranged a flight to head into rehab for depression, anxiety, and excessive consumption of alcohol.
Oh, damn.
And yelling. What? Crazy.
And yelling.
No, I added
More
that.
yelling.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a problem.
Well, especially, listen, if Kevin really is the sweet one, if he's the one that's coming in your room ready to fucking kill you, it's like, well, you probably fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they canceled the shows, in the press release that they sent out said that Nick injured his hand.
Of all things to injure, it's like, I'm pretty sure you could dance with your hand.
Yeah.
He
That's
can't do
stupid.
that's his mic can, guys.
You could
He
be like, your
can't-
spine is fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
He can't do that.
Sorry, I was going by Spotify wrote it as 2014. So
Fucking liars.
Someone fix that.
He claimed that the cause of his addiction was probably due to his missing out on his childhood. Ugh, now all the fans feel guilty.
It wasn't,
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't missing out his child because he was 19 when they like got signed, but he was that kid that went out
You
to
didn't
audition.
miss out on your childhood. You just had a shitty one. You know what I mean? Like it's like I hate when people go, "Oh, I missed my whole childhood." It's like, no, you just lost your childhood. Like yours sucked.
It lost like it's
Like
it
you
wasn't
lost.
a winning one. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it just didn't go well.
Yeah.
You don't
It's
get
like-
to do it over. You didn't
Yeah.
lose it. That was it, buddy.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like-
now you're in adulthood. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah. Well, that's like the whole Nick. I mean, like the Me Too stuff. All that shit's like always about power, and it's like this kid was literally untouchable at 13 years old.
Yeah.
He had a Mickey Mouse deal offer for $50,000 cash.
Wait, what's a Mickey Mouse?
The Mickey Mouse Club?
oh.
So like when it was who got discovered through that? Christina, Brittany,
That's all?
Justin,
50,000?
JC. But
Yeah,
for
all
1
of
year, also
them.
this is in like 91, 92.
Yeah, but 50K for
50K for a kid.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's kind of a shitty deal
But there's also so many of
because they're
them on the
getting
show.
25K after everything. You know what I
Well,
mean?
It's a different world, Rose.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, they don't
those
have-
people.
This is a real injustice.
Disney.
Canceled.
This is the fucking Disney. Fuck you, because what the fuck? These kids came out
yeah.
of the Disney Club. Like they came out of that shit, Mickey Mouse Club, just skyrocketing to fame. But
Yeah.
But they're getting them under a contract for however many years, and they're getting 25K after everything.
Well, the music business is notoriously crappy like this.
Yeah, but I'm just for the whole fucking business. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, it's
here?
basically they're paying them $50K, whatever that is after taxes, as a test. It's just a grueling thing, and they do that to literally be like, who's gonna make it through this fucking training, and who do we think could actually be a superstar?
Ooh, it's like an ISIS
They're like, who
camp.
has the work ethic, and then
who has the work ethic,
and then it of course
to work for
no money.
to get professional hair and makeup done and dance.
literally $2,000 a month. I mean, literally, that's what they're getting. But okay.
That's why the kids that tend to make it, or anyone that makes it, tends to come from nothing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, wow, that all in the doc with the Backstreet Boys, they literally were not getting paid.
Right.
They're like, I couldn't make my car payment. We're selling out arenas. That's how bad that manager was and fucking them over.
Yeah.
But it was just like, they just wanted it so bad.
Well, yeah.
And that's what you need. So the Mickey Mouse Club is basically like, who wants it so bad and who doesn't have parents that have enough money to have a lawyer just look this contract over.
Yeah.
And then those are the kids they want. They're
Right.
like, they're going to do whatever the fuck we say because they have no power to say
Right.
no.
And I don't think it was as open of conversation about the things that were happening in Hollywood and how people are abused and taken advantage of, because, you know, that's what the internet has given us, this ability to share information.
Yeah.
And, you know, especially, you know, if you're not from like New York or LA or like a showbiz town, you're just so enamored with the business, which is the same kind of thing that why R. Kelly was able to take advantage of so many women, and parents were kind of handing them over because he was doing it under the guise of like, I am going to help these young singers with their career, and then he was actually
so
just like
fucked.
locking them in a hotel room and starving them and fucking them.
Yeah, and then it wasn't weird that like, oh, why didn't you text your mom? It's like no one had cell phones yet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they were blocked off completely.
Yeah, so there's only pieces. Also, did you guys see this? This is only from 3 days ago. Aaron Carter apparently was getting in a huge fight with Nick Carter online, and like Backstreet Boys
really?
fans were attacking him. It says Aaron Carter started attacking his brother Nick Carter online this morning. That was 3 days ago, and he is now at war with Backstreet Boys fans. The I Want Candy singer is going off on Twitter about several subjects, including his disgust for Nick after he claims the singer allegedly turned his back on him and the rest of the family. Aaron specifically called out Nick for missing the funeral of their late sister Leslie. Fuck, I didn't even know that she died. Nick started it by using his family's shortcomings, maybe that's why he looks tired, for profit when he wrote a book. Also, he didn't even show up at our sister's funeral because he had a concert at a bar. What?
That's not true.
Next to at a bar 2 hours
That's not
away,
true.
and said he didn't want to be a part of family drama when we were burying our sister Leslie. Aaron was recently on the doctors and revealed he is bipolar and schizophrenic. That's how we got. That's how we beat. I beat Shaq, the song.
Wait, Aaron revealed that? Sorry.
Yeah,
Who's
Aaron.
schizo and bipolar? Aaron.
Yeah.
And
Aaron also divorced his parents too. So this
he
like,
also
makes no
recently
sense.
said that he started Justin Bieber's career on Twitter. He was like going
he's
after
losing it.
Justin.
He was losing it in that doc about the manager.
Yeah.
Where you're like, something weird went on because he lived at that house. His parents
Yeah.
basically signed him over to that manager, and then O-Town was like, yeah, he tried to touch me. And some other
Yeah.
people said that. So it's like, and then the fact that he was defending him so hard because he was like, I sold 10 million hours by the age I was 10, and that was because of Lou, and no. And it's like, oh, there's something fucked up in your relationship with him.
Yeah.
I want to look up Aaron
Also,
Carter's
I
Twitter.
had no idea they even had a sister.
Me
Right.
neither. That's like when you found out like there was like the Olsen twins had like a younger sister, and you're like, shit.
Oh, crap, really?
Yeah. Apparently she's like a pretty talented actor though.
She is.
I always wondered that. Like, what if it was like me and just one other sibling? What if I became so crazy rich and famous? It's like, you just take care of them, right? Like, what do you...
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's still Aaron Carter's still going off. Like
He's on tour right now with O-Town.
9 hours ago, he said, just woke up and what the media is saying due to mental health crisis that I'm canceling the rest of the year. I'll see you this weekend and I'll see you in December. To clarify, I'm having no crisis. There's a difference between a mental crisis, these are all in quotes, and taking sobriety one day at a time. The sad thing is like he's getting as much traction on his tweets as I do. Like that got 967 likes, which for this...
I mean, you're Aaron Carter.
But he has way more followers than me. He has 613,000 followers, so like people have just stopped engaging. That's what
wow.
means. Yeah, that's what that means.
I mean, he
Fuck.
lost it way more than Nick did. I felt like the Nick getting sober and all that was pretty quiet.
Well, I
it
mean,
wasn't so public.
This is Aaron now. I mean, yes, he looks like someone I'm dating, but also he...
Full neck tattoo.
Yep,
Neck
that's
tat.
what I like. But I mean, his face looks like that kind of like I did drugs and then I tried to reconstruct it. Like it's almost like it dripped like Play-Doh and then I pushed it back into
Oh, it looks.
place.
His face is even thinner now.
Yeah, it's not
Like even more heroin looking than before.
Oh my gosh. He's
Give
in
it
a lot
up
of
for
recline.
childhood fame, everybody.
Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. And then
Well, that's what's crazy is so many people, like, once they make it, even, like, actors now, and then you'll watch a super old movie. Like, I remember watching Donnie Darko, and I saw, like, child Seth Rogen, someone else, like just a scene where they're just standing. They're just, like, basically an extra.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dear God, you had basically parents that were just shoving you in anything possible
Yeah.
to try to, like, make it big.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine being that parent, dragging them everywhere, and then they finally blow up, and then they're like, oh, well, they divorce you. And they, like,
Right.
don't take care of you financially.
Yeah.
That's got to be crazy.
oh my gosh. And apparently they were doing some meet and greets for BSB. Had I known that, I definitely would have shelled out whatever it was. But, next time, Erica.
I know, we missed. There were no VIP tickets left. I'm sorry.
What do you
I was like, I'll just, pay the whatever it is to get on that tour bus. I'm sure it's probably more expensive than Marilyn Manson, though. Fuck.
Rose, would you rather date a guy that's in a boy band that's famous, famous athlete,
famous athlete?
or really,
Really?
Yeah.
really?
Would
sure.
you
Well-
rather? Because you
Famous athlete, do
you have one?
it's fine to cheat because they are. And and they,
Well, that's what I was going to say. They're most likely to cheat, I think, of all of them.
but it's like that means I can, so fair. And
But what? So
that's just a deal then.
You're
That's not
cool
even-
with cheating if you kind of know it's going to happen and you're both doing it.
yeah,
Oh, see, that would just that makes me stressed out all the time.
like if I don't know about it and they're gone and they're like, and it means nothing, I don't give a shit. I just don't
Like,
care.
Or is it almost like you're saying I could do open relationship if it's like, oh, when you're away from me, you're fucking
I can do an
other
open
people.
relationship as long as I don't know about it, is what I'm saying.
But you just said you'd know.
So wait, it never. So you more like you need an inkling, like as long as you have an inkling. Is this what it is?
No, I mean, I'm just kind of thinking about it. I'm in a very single state of mind.
Yeah. Well, I know.
So if I was like actually in love with somebody, which I don't even remember what that feels like. I truly don't know. But as of right now, where I'm at emotionally, if I'm with some guy and he's fucking somebody and he's, whatever, then that means I can too. So who gives a shit?
Or it's almost like, see, I would feel this if someone was dumb enough to cheat and it's like right in front of my face, or like in an apartment we shared together, that would make me so livid.
Oh my God!
Like,
In the bed
especially
you
if they're an
share.
athlete.
If it was in my home, I'd be like, I'm cutting
Murder
your
you.
dick literally off.
Yeah, like especially if they're an athlete, I'm like, oh, what? You can't afford a hotel. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, come on, man.
Yeah.
At least try.
I mean, but like
Your
at least, but
reasoning is
also like you got. It's like I think because athletes just have nice bodies. They're like automatically just like they're like jacked the fuck up.
Yeah,
I always
And
forget that you're a woman who cares about men's bodies.
I care so
literally
much
could not
about
give a
men's
shit.
bodies.
I've fucked so many fatties.
If a guy comes to my apartment and takes his shirt off and does not have a six pack, it literally makes
you
me
got six-pack
fucking
standard.
angry. Yeah.
The only reason I'm gonna let this slide is because Rosebud
You have a great body.
has
Yeah, I'm like,
abs.
if I can have abs,
right.
you can have fucking abs.
Yeah,
because
man.
your body's made of muscle, and it's way harder for me
Yeah, we have
to
an extra
build
layer of
muscle
fat.
Rosebud, I mean,
than it is for you. So if I'm putting in the effort, you can fucking put in the effort.
it's a little hard when we see all the mozzarella footage from you.
I'm still putting in a shitload of... listen, I put in a lot of effort to eat those mozzarella sticks. These motherfuckers come into my house, and they have fucking tits. And I'm like,
Oh, tits is different.
put your tits away and get out of my apartment.
I'm just so happy to see tits because I don't have them. I'm like, that's what those look like.
Corinne's like, ooh, something to grab onto.
Yeah, you lay on their chest, you get a nice pillow.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I've had so much fat on me. I've moved so
Really?
many stuff. I don't care. I really don't.
I get so mad.
I love
I'm like,
the
you don't even
personality.
fucking deserve to be here.
Do you care
can I
about body
say?
more than face?
Yeah, kind of do.
I care about teeth and hair.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like if you had to give me abs or great teeth. I'm like, I'm going great teeth for sure.
Oh, you can have jacked up teeth. and have-
Really? I
yeah.
can't do jacked up teeth.
Yeah, I don't care.
My
how-
ex
I don't
didn't
care.
have great teeth. We know them.
They don't have to be perfect teeth, but you know.
Yeah.
They have to be good.
Specifically, if you're like an athlete or any famous and you have money, if you get money and you don't fix your fucking teeth, I don't know
So
what you're
Will
doing.
Ferrell not in the cards for you?
Oh, that's the worst, man. When
Well,
like
I
they
think
open
it's
your
like-
mouth, and there's this like jagged on the
He's
bottom.
a comedian, and I think it does like sometimes people like strip themselves of a little personality. Like Hillary Duff,
Yeah.
she got the
Oh well,
the
veneers is a different thing.
veneers.
I'm not a veneer fan.
Yeah.
Use your real teeth.
It
Yeah.
depends.
gross.
I mean, like I think sometimes like if you get like an accident or something, you could use them. And I know people with veneers that I didn't know they had veneers until, and like not celebrities until they told me that.
No,
they
but
had
Hillary Duff,
veneers.
it's like she had regular teeth. It's
Yeah.
meant for people that like if you have tiny ass teeth, they literally file down your teeth.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
And
Yeah,
Erica's
yeah.
dad is a dentist.
Yeah, it's so bad.
So she knows.
It's like don't do it if you absolutely have to. Like you know, people that have mad gummy smiles and the teeth are tiny. It's
Yeah.
like they're literally already made for a veneer to go over. Like we're
Yeah.
not gonna know. But Hillary Duff, it's like your teeth were fine,
or if you did meth or
Yeah,
something.
your teeth were great.
and now it just looks awkward.
Fuck.
It's too
Well, what's
much.
making you guys less lonely this week?
Oh yeah, if you want to think
Ooh, that's a
about
question.
it,
If you need
that's
a
how we end
a
the
second.
episode. I mean, mine is obviously the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Fair.
there's nothing else to do. It's just pop culture in general, and especially this was a big week of like internet fighting of cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
I got in two major Twitter fights this
Mm-hmm.
week, so it was a big week for me. I'm exhausted, really. One was personal, and then one was comedy society wide. I was just standing at that Backstreet Boys concert, looking out, and I love sitting close now. It's not even about. I love being close to these people that I love, but I also love sitting close because then you can get the perspective of the famous person because you can look out and look around. And I did this at Wembley Stadium too, and you actually actually feel the energy of the audience. And because it's not on me, it feels great. I mean, I only know what it's like to have like a couple thousand people looking at you, so not even close. But like that actually makes me feel like anxiety. But like looking out at the fans and we're all sharing the same love of this group, it feels so energizing and amazing, and like gave me chills. And I would just like, I kept taking like looks throughout the concert, and it was nice to just get together and all agree on something. It just felt good, because it's like we don't do that anymore. And I think that's like a major thing that we're missing with these like lack of manufactured bands. They are manufactured in a way that it's like we really can't disagree on this. It's like a Pringle. Like they genetically modified it. That's not even a true potato. I learned this week. It's like there's not even a potato in that. A celebrity chef told me there's not even a potato in that. It's like actually like a dehydrated potato flakes or something, and then they're like injecting flavor into that because they've done tests and like they know that's what humans respond to. And like there's nothing you can disagree with like the quote, everybody rock your body. It's very simple and we're all on board, and I love that. And it was so fucking refreshing. Like the concert saved my week. I'm so grateful that Erica invited me to it.
That's so great.
More so that a lot of other people couldn't go, and I was like, well, suck it. It
Not
was serendipity.
A lot, but it was just enough that I was like, I feel very embarrassed even asking.
Oh no, it's fine, please. I don't mind. It's not, unless it's prom, you can ask me like 5th or 6th. It's okay.
Well, listen, I didn't
Unless
think you were
it's
Backstreet
prom.
Boys.
Well, that was based on something for real, because like someone asked me to prom, but I knew he had asked like 1 or 2 other people, and I was like, no, thank you.
Which, by the way, it was just, you're so public about what you're a fan of.
Yes.
That I was more sitting there going, does she even like the Backstreet Boys?
If it's pop, and even if it's like a pop that I'm not a fan of, I would go. Like Jonas Brothers, I don't really know a lot about them. If you had tickets to a Jonas Brothers concert, I would go, because that's how interested I am in pop. Like I'm really truly interested in it.
Yeah. What about you?
Do you have one?
Do you want me to go? I can go first.
Well, you said concert. I'm like, other than the concert, I don't really have anything.
I can say this.
Like I needed that.
I feel like I watched the roast of Alec Baldwin last night, which I was a writer on.
Yay.
And thank you. And it was I just got to watch it. Like I went to Macala's, and like all these comics came, and we all watched it on the projector on the wall out on her like terrace. And it was like, it was just so cool, because I really love being in a writer's room. Like I like the idea of I loved the feeling of writing a joke that I loved, giving it to a comic, and then seeing them like it and get excited to tell it. Like I was like, this feels I kind of fell in love with comedy a little bit more, because it was like, this is just as enjoyable to me when I'm not even the one saying the joke. Like it's just, it feels so good to be like, hey, I'm gonna give you this. You know what I mean? It feels like an act of service a little bit more than just like going on stage to tell it yourself. And then when you're watching it, and you know, I was watching it just being like, I'm so proud of like everyone who was a part of it, and I was like, this, I don't know. I just was like, I fucking love this.
Being in a writer's room is such a great feeling. It's
such a good feeling.
I agree. I've only been in a couple of times, but it was
my first time. I was like, this is amazing. I loved that feeling. So and shout out to Mike Lawrence, who definitely doesn't listen to this podcast, but who was so fucking sweet to me the whole time, and was just like, really like, you're doing great. Like, you're just keep pitching jokes, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing really well.
He's like well versed in that.
He's so well versed in it. He's written on a ton of roasts. He wrote on Amy Schumer's show. He's like, he's crashing. He's writing on everything. Yeah. And he wrote on Love Island, for God's sake.
What?
Yeah, he like wrote the fucking jokes in Love Island that the narrator does. Yeah. You know? And he's just amazing. So I just love him, and follow him on Twitter, even though you guys, he just tweets about comic books and shit, but whatever, follow him anyway.
I'm so excited. You know, maybe I'll pick up that my box and finally get internet tomorrow so I can watch this.
Yeah. It's fun.
I've been hiding out.
Caitlyn Jenner was a little messagey, for my taste, but. And a lot of gestures, okay? Lots of gestures.
Maybe that's what she took a course on being a woman, and she was like, women use their hands a lot.
I think as a reality star, she was like once she was put on stage to actually perform, her idea of it was very like almost like low budget commercial actors. You know what I mean? Where
like
it's
when
like
they do
lots
like
of
the
hand
chandelier,
motions.
like store things on SNL,
Yes.
like chandeliers.
Chandeliers. Yeah, it was like
I got it.
It felt like that. So
Oh my god! Wait, and so in pop culture, like I guess we can do so. Like, what's making you feel less lonely this week? I guess maybe like, what is your like iconic, most important pop thing? Like, is it Backstreet Boys or?
you do know a shitload about them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I had got into a deep dive today.
Well, that's
Because
the
I was
thing, when you get
inspired from the concert.
Exactly. When you get someone inspired,
Yeah.
you're just like, I want a shirt and I want to learn everything about them and I'm going to follow them all
Yeah.
on Twitter. Like, and you just get really fucking into it.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember watching their E! True Hollywood Story when I was about like 13. So like I saw them perform when I was like 7 for the first time live, and then I was like just watching TV, and I was looking for their E! True Hollywood Story. I'm like, I know it exists. Turns out I can't find any E! True Hollywood Stories anywhere. So if you know where the hell that is,
Ooh.
let me know, because those are great.
Museum of
those
Film
are
and Television?
Phenomenal. What?
Museum
like the
of
app?
Film and no, that's like an actual museum in New York of film and television. Anytime you can't find something, you can go there and just literally
Holy
look
shit.
up old shit. It's my favorite museum.
I might do that for
so
several
fun.
people, because those are also just inspiring. Well, you know, I mean, we all do comedy.
It's good for
very
research.
like
Yeah.
you have great weeks, and then one week you're like, I should fucking quit.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
So
Every other day.
God, I'm like pop specifically. It's great because even with Backstreet Boys, as much as I'm a fan, I was like, I'm never the screaming fangirl, but I'm a
It
fan.
could be pop culture, just anything like in the spectrum.
Oh man, I'm really struggling.
It's okay if you don't think.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's the
I'm
Backstreet
like-
Boys concert. There's really nothing else. Our brains
Yeah.
are blocked.
Yeah,
It
I
was
get
wonderful.
it. I get it. You guys are filled. Your hearts are filled.
And it was like, even, at 33, almost 34 in a couple of weeks, I'm thinking like a lot of times now I do drink at concerts. Both Spice Girls, my friends were
yeah.
drinking. I passed on it. And then
We were sober for Backstreet
Yeah,
Boys. It was great.
we just were drinking Diet Pepsis and
To stay awake.
And, yeah, to stay awake basically. And like I didn't need the energy of this fucking concert. Like if I could just inject a Backstreet Boys concert into my vein, I would never need a cup of coffee. I would never
That's
want to
beautiful.
drink. Like truly, that is what you need. Just find something that you love so much. And even the guy I'm seeing was like watching my Instagram stories, and he's like, "I love how much you love this."
Yeah.
And it's funny because the two past like people I've dated have both made comments about like my love of pop culture and how like they like it. And then that's really all I'm looking for in a partner is just someone who's passionate about something. It can be
Oh,
something
God,
that
yeah.
I don't like, but I just
Yeah.
fucking something.
Yeah.
Something positive, obviously.
Except
not
like
like
hiking, because I hate
doing
fucking
drugs.
outdoor shit.
As long as you don't make me do it with you.
Yeah. You gotta be real. You gotta really love doing it alone. Because I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm never like on dating apps. Like when they're like all outdoor pictures, I'm like, I'm not even gonna try.
No,
I'm like, I don't
that's-
care how hot you are. You're not dragging me.
Yeah.
on this fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
love it.
Go to a concert.
Where can we find you, Erica?
Oh, I'm at Sperica on everything. SPERICAA.
Perfect. And Rosebud and I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
And I'm at Rosebud Baker.
And you can see it. What?
No.
I was like, did you start another anonymous Twitter handle?
No.
And you can catch us live. We're going to be doing a couple dates. We're in Toronto for JFL 42. Info is at jfl42.com. We have a bunch of shows. They added a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I got the capacities actually from my reps. They're selling pretty fast, but there is room left. I think the thing is like they're going to release these single tickets like really close because I don't even think they did it yet. But like
Yeah.
I looked at the capacities, there is room, so just keep an eye on it. We honestly sometimes with festivals we don't know what's going on, so we're going to be in Toronto. It's going to be September 19th through the 24th, but like the last show is on the 23rd at night,
And then
we're going to be at Rogue Island Comedy Festival, which is in Newport, Rhode Island, on Thursday, October 10th. And we're doing one co-headlining stand-up show and then one Two Less Lonely Girls live. That's such a fun festival.
Yeah.
You can come to just our things, but I really recommend if you're in the area that you buy a pass because that's a great festival run by our friend Doug Key. Really, really fun.
Yeah.
And then just if you have any tips about celebs or anything, it's hashtag TLLG tips. Tonight, as we record this, we also had me also doing another session with their vocal director, Sarah Dooley. Very excited. We've seen some videos. We're going to showcase who knows what's happening. It'll happen before the end of the year. Obviously, things are moving a little bit slower because we're all busy, but like we're very excited and we are so excited for you to hear them sing these 3 songs. And knock on marble, no one has dropped out yet.
Yep.
All right, guys. We love you so much. Talk
love
to
you.
you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.